Hi guys, hope everyone's good. Just about to go out for my activity today, of course. It's Training Tuesday. I'm asking all you guys to take part in the Solidarity session. Basically what that is a run or a walk or a cycle or anything you want to do, something indoors even, where you use your daily allowance of activity, all at the same time as other people within the community. Within DOrunning, within the running community, everyone's welcome to join, and you get out and you stay active. That's obviously what we're here to encourage. So, having done these already, really pleased with how they've turned out. We've done them a bit sporadically so far during the isolation period, and they've turned out really well. They've created a real buzz and a real sense of togetherness within the group. It's really done the trick. We can't have what we normally have at this time. We normally run a group called the City Slickers, which has got a great spirit within it. We meet up in the city centre and it's welcome to sort of all levels. We all run together, we all chat. Sometimes we'll have a drink after, that kind of thing. So it's a real group with a great togetherness. So what we're trying to recreate by doing this and knowing it already works is almost create that City Slickers feeling virtually online. Obviously we call it a solidarity run. So it's about being together, doing something together, and just knowing your friends are out there as well. It just motivates and inspires. We don't know why I keep saying that, but it really does. So if you can join me and the rest of the guys, I'm aware there's quite a lot looking forward to it as well through the DOrunning sort of social media channels. They've been talking about it and discussing it, and that's what it does. It creates a real buzz around the group, the WhatsApp groups and such thing. So if you do take part, make sure you take a picture. Make sure you post it on the DOrunning social media. The Twitter or the Instagram or the Facebook. Tag us in at DOrunning, at DOdaily, or hashtag just doing it, and we'll be able to find those pictures and share them and show everybody what we've been doing and how we're trying to sort of stay on top of things during this particularly difficult time. And like I say, that's something we're going to do every Tuesday sort of going forward, and hopefully we can create it week on week, and it just gets bigger and bigger, and we kind of create an online community, invite more people to join us. DOrunning is not just about those that can attend every week. One of the things I say to people who come to the regular groups is there's absolutely no obligation to keep coming. So if you can only be part of this online and you want to be part of this online, that's great as well, and we'll be as encouraging and as accepting of you as possible. So yeah, please get involved in that. Like I say, after this video, use this video, listen to this video, even listen to the previous videos whilst you're out if you need that bit of extra motivation. There's plenty of videos now. There's over a week's worth to listen back on. Be great if you could listen to them. Keep offering your feedback. Of course, we've got the DOrunning playlist. I'm looking to make a DOdaily playlist, so keep posting those in the comments. Any songs you want, keep posting new songs, and we'll see what we can do to create this list. I've got a good sort of 8, 10, 12 at the moment. Get a good list of them, then we can create a real good playlist. Anyway, other than that, I just wanted to mention a couple of sort of thoughts I've had today. Of course, I mentioned all week. It's my birthday tomorrow. It's a big one. So today I've kind of been a bit, not in a negative way, but I've kind of been a bit reflective. I found myself this morning thinking of like the last 10 years or so, and where I was and what I've been doing and where I kind of am now. And to be honest, it wasn't all plain sailing. There was the reason I think I find myself thinking about it and then sort of mentioning it in this kind of video is because I know everything I do now has kind of come on the back of what happened in my early 30s. Wasn't a particularly great time, if I'm honest. It wasn't the worst time in the world, but I was feeling a bit low. It was the worst time for me, so I kind of at a point where I really didn't want to be. So I found myself in the wrong place, in the wrong situations, through no fault of anybody's. Perhaps a couple of bad decisions of my personal decisions, but that happens, I guess. But what I needed to do at one point, and I hit a point where I had to sort of drag myself up and think, how can I change this? What can I do? And I always remember, I was actually looking for a job at the time, and I always remember one person said to me, and one person I didn't particularly sort of hang on to every word of, but this person said to me, lose 2 stone, you'll feel confident, you'll go into these interviews and you'll smash it. And that's something that kind of stuck with me. Because what I did, I tried to lose weight a lot of times. I'd even tried running. Running was not part of my life at that point, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't see it through. And then I got to this point, like I say, I wasn't feeling great, didn't know which way I was going to turn. So I decided I was going to lose this weight, take this person's advice. I lost the weight, got the job, got a job, and then start building from there. And then I lost 2 stone very quickly, which was my initial target. I was looking to lose that by the end of the year, and I think I started in April, and I actually lost it by the end of May. So I was really pleased with myself, but of course losing weight that quick's not particularly advisable, and you kind of hit a brick wall with it. And I hit that brick wall and then thought, well, what do I do next? How do I was doing the same things, I cut the same foods out. Didn't like to call it a diet. It was a change in what I'm doing, you know. I changed my habits, and it seemed to work for me that way, rather than say this is what I'm trying to do. So basically I'd cut 3 things out, and then I'd hit this 2 stone mark, and I couldn't lose any more by doing the same. So I found some old trainers, thought, why not give running a try? So initially I'd go out for a 1 mile run every day. It took forever, it seemed, perhaps about 20 minutes. I was really big at that point, I was really slow, but I persevered with it every weekday, Monday to Friday, and then I'd allow myself a treat at the weekend. And by the end of October that year, I'd lost 6 stone, and that really then made me confident, made me feel much better. I'd almost, from what was happening at the start of that year, I'd almost completely forgot and was starting to look forward all the time. And this is kind of why I do what I do now, because obviously that step into running, I've said to everybody who's around me and everybody I deal with on a regular basis, they're probably bored of it now, to be honest, but I've said that it was that step into running that was the best decision I ever made. I never thought I was going to be a regular runner, somebody who runs half marathons and marathons, but I went to park run, you know, the natural progression building up. Somebody advises park run to you, which again, I absolutely love park run. It's an amazing concept and a fantastic way to start the weekend. But from running Monday to Friday for a mile or so, I kind of use park run as a target. And then of course, because it's free and you get timed, and it's not a race or anything like that, but because you get timed, it gives you that little target each week. And I realised that people actually run for fun. I realised that people do this as a hobby, and something I couldn't quite comprehend to start with, but I kind of got used to that idea. And then you kind of get to the point where you don't go for a run, or you miss a park run, and you start questioning yourself, and then you think, oh dear, I'm a bit involved in this now. Basically you get the bug. So I got the bug, and then obviously since then I've done all the things I've done. You know, I keep pushing myself to do new things. I keep saying it's a bit of a midlife crisis. It's not quite, but it's again getting out of my comfort zone, just like I did with the weight loss, just like I did with the running. You know, and I've learned to push myself and keep pushing myself and pushing myself. So I'm so pleased the way things have developed in the last few years, and that's the kind of reflection I'm taking. I wasn't negative about the bad stuff that had happened originally. Can't change that now, that's been and gone. But what I did do was plan to do different things, you know, and it's taken me down all sorts of paths I'd never expected to do, you know, sort of all the fundraising that I've been involved in, and creating events and creating running clubs. You know, the running clubs are my biggest passion now, even more than the running, I think, you know, and all this is kind of a branch of that and stems from that. So it's something I really enjoy doing, and I really love being a part of. So I can only what I'm trying to say is I can only look back at this last 10 years. Like I said, there was a difficult time, but out of that, I stemmed this. Without that, I might have just been plodding along as normal. But it's about not caving in a little bit. You know, we all have those bad days. I had lots of bad days, believe me. I was a little bit lost. I'm honest enough to say that. And now I'm honest enough to tell you when I'm having a bad day, when I'm having a good day. But yeah, just looking back, obviously, what's happening tomorrow in terms of turning into a new decade has made me think that. But I look back with some sort of happiness, and I'd like to say no regrets, but we all have regrets from time to time. It's just nice to look back and know what's happened, and obviously starting something like this, which I'm a bit conscious about. I know it's not perfect, I know it's not great. Part of the reason I do it is to be relatable to the guys watching and to people who perhaps haven't taken up activity yet, trying to encourage and inspire to get people to get involved. So yeah, this is really why I wanted to explain this today. Hopefully I've got it across in the right way and you understand what I'm saying. But like I say, we move on to the solidarity run, and I know as soon as I've done that, I'll be feeling fantastic again. All these sort of, they're not negative feelings, but all these sort of feelings I've had will disappear. I'll be all about going forward, what's happening tomorrow, what present Kay's got me, who knows. Might be able to let you know tomorrow if there's anything decent. But yeah, it's just about, I'll be looking forward, I'll be on it, and that's the point of trying to use a Tuesday and trying to use the people around you to sort of stay inspired, to stay active. Of course, when you get out there tonight, or whether you've been, or whenever you go, whenever you can make it next, stay safe, stay active, and like I tend to do over the last couple of years, be positive about what you're doing, because if you can't be positive for yourself, nobody else will be, and it does sort of radiate through. So if you can take things in your stride, think what could happen rather than what couldn't happen. Just a very quick story before I go, because I'm in danger of running over a little bit. But I was watching something with Graham Swan, the cricketer, yesterday, and he said he thrived on pressure. He says on the last day when he was looking to, people were looking at him to win the game because he's a spinner. He said lots of spinners crumbled under the pressure, but he said this is what he'd lived for. This is what he wanted. He wanted to be man of the match. He wanted everyone to be looking at him, expecting him to win. And that's why he became a world-class cricketer, and he really was one of my favourites in particular. So it's something that stuck with me. I heard that a few years ago, but I heard it again last night, and it was really sort of poignant when I was thinking about the way I changed my approach from sort of moping about a little bit about what could have been to actually taking things on board and moving forward and sort of pushing myself into new situations. I can't help it now. I probably do it too much. All the time I'm looking for different ways to move on and move forward. Whether I've got the ability to do that, only time will tell. I've got the determination and the dedication to do it, so that's all that matters. But for the here and now, like I say, get out there, get that running. Please abide by all the distancing measures, all the guidelines and all the social distancing. Really is important. We really need to get through this current situation. Of course, the next sort of decisions looming. We want everybody to sort of adhere to what they need to, so that day comes closer. Have a good night, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Not quite sure what I'm going to do. It's my birthday, as I keep saying. So keep watching. Hope you're enjoying what we're doing. Like I say, keep posting all your comments, all your songs, all your selfies, all your pictures. Loving what's coming in. Loving the nice feedback as well. So any way you want to get in touch, through either channel or the comments or email, des@DOrunning.org.uk. Yeah, that's correct. Please do, and we'll be back tomorrow. Take care, guys.